Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Yellow Studio Live, where it is still daylight behind me. Spring is coming, my friends, and I am very excited about it. Now, I know what you're all thinking right now. Gasp! She's not wearing her favorite earrings that she told the story about yesterday. Can you believe that I could not remember every time I went downstairs today, which was probably 162 times, to grab the other earring out of my wallet where I saved it once it was returned to me so that I could wear them tonight. I kept forgetting. I forgot even when I went to go down and turn on my sign. What can you do? I blame perimenopause. Welcome back to the Yellow Studio Live. I'm Blume Bauer. I teach artists how to grow their businesses with print on demand and AI. If you see a bunch of stuff outside of my windows, that is going to be my new she shed. Very excited about that. Our yard doesn't usually look so junky, full of stuff. We have all the pieces of the she shed out there, and they're covered with tarps to keep them from getting wet in the crazy amount of rain we had this week. I was off at the conference, and I got home and the lake was so full. And I asked my husband how many inches it rained. And he says, I'm not sure because overnight the rain meter that we have overflowed and it holds 5.5 inches. So it rained more than 5.5 inches in 24 hours. That is the most rain we've gotten since we moved here so far in 10 years. So exciting stuff. And the fun thing about the lake is that after it stops raining, it keeps getting fuller and fuller for the next few days as the water all comes in from the creeks and rivers and, all the different inlets. So it's fuller today than it was yesterday, and it's pretty wild. I kind of think there's a chance our gangway goes inverted. Like right now, it's very flat. It normally goes like this, and you walk across the bridge, and then you walk down the gangway to the dock. And right now, it's like this, and I have a feeling it's going to maybe start to go like that a bit. And next door, their gangway is very short, so theirs is already inverted. So you walk down and then back up to get to the dock. Wild. Wild. Hello, Vesica. Welcome. If you're here, say hi in the chat. If you're not on your TV, I found out that if you're on your TV, there's no way to chat. Sad face. Anyway, I am excited tonight to do a review of Printify's hardbound journals. We already did a review a while back on their spiral bound journals with Marisol Rios's beautiful art on the cover of them. And tonight we're going to review some journals with Cheryl Massey's beautiful art on them. So I'm very excited to open them finally, check them out, take the plastic off, see how they are. They look beautiful through the plastic, so I can't wait to show you. Hello, Jill. Jilly Bean. Jilly Bean's in the house. Woo. Is a gangway like a dock? No. So a dock is a dock. It's flat and it floats, and it's connected to posts so that it can go up and down as the lake rises and lowers. And the gangway is basically like a bridge, a metal bridge, and it is on a pivot at the top, so it can lower and raise and lower and raise. And the reason you do that is, I'm not sure I know the reason why you don't just have everything flat. Well, I guess because then your whole entire system would have to go up and down. And at some points, part of it would be on the ground and some would be in the air. And so this way, the way ours is built, the bridge out to the gangway, that all stays up in the air all year, even when the lake is high. Well, crossing fingers, it doesn't go over the bridge. That'd be interesting. Although I know my hubby would just walk through it, no problem, because he's like that. He'd probably do it barefoot too, in the cold. And if you're wondering, I'm looking down at it when I'm looking. And so the gangway is a movable bridge. So our normal bridge stays static, the wood bridge, and then the metal bridge has that pivot point and can move as the lake rises and lowers. And so it gives you kind of, it's like a ramp. That's a good way to describe it. It's like a ramp. Hi, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Beth says, and actually, I heard that if you're on your TV, you can add comments from your phone. Oh, you know what? I did hear that too. My mom was saying that she found that out and she was going to try it next time she watched. So welcome, ladies. Oh, now give me a thumbs down. No, I only like the hearts. I only like the hearts. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Oh, it's not doing it today. Why you not do them? There we go. We got some hearts. I have to erase the thumbs up, thumbs down. I do not like thumbs up, thumbs down. So let's dive in to these journals and let me know if you have any questions about printing, print on demand journals as I go through them. These came in a different package. As you might remember, the spiral notebooks that we got came in that brown paper, or not brown paper, like brown cardboard package. It seemed like recycled chipboard. So that was really nice. This one came in a padded yellow envelope type thing. It has the bubble wrap padding inside. And I think that's because they're hardbound. They don't want them to get dented. And the other side just has a label with my address on it. So nothing too exciting about the packaging. It's nothing bad. It's nothing exciting. You know, some print on demands have some really cute packaging. Some just have plain packaging, you know, it just depends. I know with Printful, you can custom, if you have enough orders and you order your own packaging, you can set up a whole system with them where they keep your packaging in their warehouse, and then they package your products with your packaging to go out via print on demand. But that's a very high volume sales thing. I'm not sure what the volume is, but you have to be a certain volume. Oh my gosh, so I'm opening it before I even show you. I got too excited. I can't even tell you how much I've wanted to open these. Okay, so they come shrink wrapped. So you can't quite see the perfect, beautiful design yet perfectly. And then the design wraps around. And that's something fun about the hardbound journals. They're a little more expensive, but the design wraps from the front to back, which is really fun. And then I got two. So I got this one too. I mean, the plastic is kind of ruining the design. You'll see it in a minute when I open them. And then on this one, she just did a purple back to match the design on the front. Or this might have been a wide image with purple just all the way across. But so pretty, so pretty. Okay. I'm going to open the mermaid one first because I'm apparently really excited to see it. Yes, I agree, Beth. Beth says, wow, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So we got the little plastic wrap. Oh my gosh. I love the printing. It's this beautiful matte printing, but look at how pretty. Oh, I'm always backwards. Look how pretty the gold came out on the tail of the mermaid. It's just gorgeous. Let's see if I can put it just right. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then here's the back. And she put her signature here. And there's a little QR code. Well, we'll have to see where that takes us. And so if you open the journal, I don't want to break the binding yet, but if you open the journal, you'd get both sides. Beautiful. It has really nice paper inside. It's not super thick, but it's nice. It's a nice quality paper, and it is lined. I'm not sure about Printify, but With Printful, you can choose the type of paper inside, whether it's graph, blank, or lined. And these are lined. Oh, I'm not sure if you can see the lines. There we go. So it gives you, I just bent that page, but it gives you that nice title line at the top and then regular lines beneath. And the front and backs are lined. And it's a good amount of paper in there. That's a nice amount. That's about how much I want, you know. When I've written that much in a journal, I'm probably excited and ready to use the next one because I am a journal hoarder. I love journals because I write in them all the time, and I love to have the opportunity to start a new one every handful of months so that I can use them up. But it's so pretty. I really love it. I love the quality. The matte print is just really, really nice. It feels nice, has a nice texture. The edges are all very nice because they put it in that bubble wrap. It didn't get dented, which is really wonderful. That can happen, you know, with shipping, but it's nice when it doesn't. She's so pretty. Okay, let's open the other one. Jill says, very beautiful. The metallic tail really adds to it. It really does, doesn't it? And what's neat is that this isn't printed with metallic ink. It's just regular ink. And so that metallic really came through from her image beautifully. The printing is gorgeous. Oh, I couldn't get this one to open. Okay, it feels like Christmas. All right. Oh, another, so pretty. I'm not usually a purple girl anymore. I was when I was a kid. I wanted everything purple when I was a kid, or periwinkle. Periwinkle even better. And but lately I haven't been much of a purple person. But this lavendery color, like in between purple and lavender, or like a dusty purple, or like an eggplant purple, love those. So I think I love that like varied, you know, purpley color. And then on the back, she did this beautiful thing where it says, dreams are whispers from the soul. Listen closely. So pretty. She put that on the back. Isn't that gorgeous? And then she put her signature here again. And you can see this must have been the rest of the image. It has like a texture-y thing quality to the color. It's not just flat, just purple. Really, really beautiful. Gorgeous printing again. Nice texture of the book, and again the lined paper. I really love these. They're so pretty. And now I have 4 new journals. You know, both ladies, when they started selling journals, I could not choose. It was so hard. They had so many good ones. And so I chose 2 from each because it was just so hard to narrow it down. And journals are one of those things that I use like crazy. So it's nice to have some extras. So Beth says, did I say these are from Printful? No, these are from Printify. So these are Printify's version of the hardbound journal. And the spiral notebooks that we looked at that were Marisol's were also Printify. So it's kind of cool that we get to compare Printify to Printify with the spiral and the hardbound. I would say, you know, with the spirals, I love that, you know, they just lay flat, but this will lay flat too once I break the binding. I just like to not break the binding until I'm going to start using it. But yeah, once the binding not breaks, but you know what I mean, how you can give it a good flattening on your desk as you write in it, and it will kind of ease that binding. Beth says, by the way, related OT, I saw an amazing film yesterday called The Color of Ink. I think you all would love it. Ooh, fun. Is it a regular film that we can find somewhere online, Beth? Let us know. She said, it made me want to create my own ink. Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh, I probably would be so excited to do that. In fact, there's a gal on TikTok that creates her own paints out of nature things, like leaves and flowers and bark and all kinds of stuff. And she got me inspired, and a handful of summers ago, gosh, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, I made my own paints and I did a little watercolor paint. I did a drawing and then watercolored it. And that was really fun with my own watercolor paints that I made from nature. So that was really cool. I haven't done it again because it was quite a laborious project, but it was really, really fun. And I could see how that could become really addictive. Yeah, it was really cool. Jill says, I wore so much purple when I was a kid, they called me a Welchkin. That's so cute. That's so cute. Yeah, I was the same way. All my clothes were purple or purple and white or purple and pink or purple and, blue or whatever. Like they had to be purple in some way. Oh yeah. So Beth says the movie is on Amazon free with Prime. Awesome. We'll have to check it out. Oh, related off topic. That's what she meant by OT. I was like, my brain was not catching that, Beth. Thank you. That's what he does. He creates from foraging materials. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, this gal. I'll have to, after the video's over, I will find that gal and put a link in the comments of this video to her foraging ink or paint making. She actually makes paints now and sells them. And she has a book about how to do it. And I'm so excited for her. I found out about her. She kind of started doing this in 2020, like when we all got on TikTok and we were bored out of our minds and looking for stuff to do. And she lives on an island in Canada, and she just wanted to do something artsy that, occupies her mind and heart. And yeah, she started doing that, and she's grown from just doing these TikTok videos to writing a book about it and selling the book, and also making the paints and selling those as well. And I think she sells a watercolor paper too with the paints. So that's really cool. Very, very cool. And things to think about as artists, like products that we can make that can continue to make us money. Now, with her handmade paints, that's something that's time. Her time equals the money she makes. But selling the papers and brushes maybe or other things, and that's where she could get into some passive income. Beth says the movie also talks about the history of each color, like milking snails in Mexico to make purple. OMG. Oh my gosh, that is wild. What's interesting about that is that's very, like, it sounds like he has a very wide range of materials he's using, whereas the gal in Canada is only using materials that she can find in her direct area. I didn't know you could milk snails. And they have little udders, and you're just like, Jill says she's not sure how much she wants to know about milking snails. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, did I give you a nice visual there, Jill? Yeah, I don't know. I can't choose if I like the spirals better than the hardbound. I think they both have their place. I think a spiral is great for a journal you want to keep out that you continue to write in throughout the day. And then the hardbounds are kind of nice for, just maybe like journaling or dream journaling or, pulling out on occasion, writing in, and then putting away. What's nice about about a hardbound journal is, you could put them in your bookshelf, and then they look really pretty with the other books That's really nice. Like I'm trying to get it to be at an angle. So those would look really pretty in the bookshelf. I have my books arranged by color. So these would be really nice, the purple added to the purple and this added to the black zone. Jill says, absolutely great visual. Seen monkey seen no see. Beth says, OMG, but it's better than killing them. Yes, for sure. It used to take 20,000 snails to create enough purple for the trim on one toga. Wild. That's wild. And purple was the most precious color. Yes. I have read that before, that in history, purple was always like a color of royalty or people who had, status or wealth. So that makes sense. That makes sense. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the hardbound journals compared to the spirals? What do you think of them on their own? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer hardbounds or spirals? I'm really curious what you all like as well. And we all know that I'm writing with my glass dip pen. Oh, did I show you my new one? Let's show you. I think I told you my other one broke. The tip broke off. I was so sad. I didn't even know that could happen. So now on my new one, I'm keeping the little plastic protector on the tip when I'm not using it. And you can see right now I haven't cleaned it lately, but I got this new one and I love, love, love it. It's a little shorty. And you can see it's a little shorty. And it just writes so beautifully. The grooves are really deep where the ink goes. And so I have to actually go wash it out with water. It won't wipe clean. My other one will just wipe clean. Once it's wet with ink, I can just wipe off any excess. But this one has to actually wash out with water because the grooves are really deep. But the nice thing about that is my other pen would run out every couple of sentences. And this pen lasts over a paragraph. I can write a nice long paragraph and continue going for maybe another sentence or two and then dip again, which is really fabulous. It also came with this cool little, comfort grip thing. And I really like that. I thought I wasn't going to use it because I do like the feeling of the glass on my fingers. But because this one's smaller, it made my hand cramp a little bit. So I do like the little cushion on there. It's a little bit nicer for the small pen, but you can see how small it is in my hand. Normally they're about twice as long. But this tip is amazing. I can get a link for anyone who's interested. And then it comes with the little cover, the little plastic to protect it. And this one came with a little glass piece to rest your pen on so the ink doesn't get on your table. But I don't use that one because I have, where's my good one? I have this one. This is my little glass dip pen rest. It's a pen rest, little ceramic pen rest, and then the pen rests in there. And I have been using my new ink. I think I showed you guys my new inks. Oh, maybe that was on a Zoom, but I've been using this one. Does it say what the brand is? Oh, I can't see in here. It's all glary. Oh no, it's in another language. It's in Japanese or Chinese. I'm not sure which. I think, well, yeah, I don't really know how to tell. Maybe Beth can tell if those are Japanese. If I can turn it the right way. Those are Japanese characters. But there's a lot of glare, so it's hard to see on the glass. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, it's a beautiful, brilliant, not turquoise, but like it's a brilliant bright blue. It's really pretty to draw write with. Okay. I mean, if we're going to talk journals, we're going to talk pens, right? Okay, what does everyone say? Vesica says she likes the hardbound cover. Oh, she likes the hardbound over spiral because she writes on both sides of the page. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that is nice for that too. Beth says, I love the designs, but I feel like the spirals would be easier to use to lay them flat. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like I said, I think if you use your journal in the way that it wants to sit out all day and wait for you to add notes as you go along through the day, then the spiral is probably better. But then these are great for, you know, pulling out and writing in. And like I said, the binding will start to break down enough that it will lay flatter and flatter the more you use it. And I just noticed actually that these pages have a perforated tear line, which I love, 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 because sometimes you want to take a page out that you didn't want to keep, or maybe you want to take the page out to have in front of you or keep handy. And that's really nice. I didn't realize that it had that perforation till just now. Jill says she loves the hardbound over spiral. The spirals are easier to I love hardbound over spiral. Those spirals are easier to use because they can be folded. Oh yeah, and then with the spiral you can fold it in half, and then that way you don't have to have it taking up as much surface on your desk too. So that's a consideration, of course. Beth said she couldn't see, I think Chinese, but it's blurry. Yeah, I know. I was trying to get it to be in focus, but it was not wanting to behave. I wonder if I put my hand behind it. It's still pretty blurry. So cool. So cool. That came in a really nice package of inks. Oh my gosh, it's such a lovely package. There's neon in there. That's why I got it. I had to have neon, and that blue is very electric. Yeah, Beth says the perforation is really cool. She agrees that it's very handy. Absolutely. So, any questions about journals? I know we kind of talked a lot of questions when we did the spiral bound journals before. But I just am loving the binding on these, that they did the print across the whole thing so that it has these beautiful bindings. And the quality is just phenomenal. I highly would recommend Printify's hardbound journals for sure. They're very gorgeous. And they feel so nice. They feel so nice. The texture, I can't describe it. It's matte, but like also really soft. They're very soft feeling. Really, really nice. Beth says, can you repeat the comparison between Printful and Printify? Pros and cons. So as far as like printing companies, is that what you mean, Beth? Or is it just journal specific? Ooh, it's like Christmas. Now I have 4 new journals to write in. I'm so excited. For journals. Okay. Gosh, I don't know if there's pros and cons for the journal specifically, other than I've only gotten the hardbound journals from Printful and now Printify. So I can only compare those two, and I think that both are very nice, really high quality. I'd recommend both. The spirals I have not gotten from Printful yet, but Printify's were the ones with Marisol's art, and those were really nicely printed. I would say they're a lesser, like this is a higher quality product. So if you're looking for like a higher end product, something a little more fancy, I would go with the hardbound journals. But like we were saying, the spiral notebooks are more accessible, more easy to use in some way, in a lot of ways. So, and they're also less expensive, so you can price them lower than the hardbound journals too. Um, so I wouldn't really say there's any pros and cons to ordering from either one. It as far as just the journals themselves. The pros and cons between ordering between the two is that as far as the companies themselves, is that Printify uses different various printers. They have a like a pool of printers that they're using all over the world, and or at least all over the country. I'm not sure if they're worldwide, but I think they are. Um, so they're using all these printers all over the world. And so you're not sure where your product's going to come from unless you're always doing your research to see where the products are coming from at that time from Printify. Now, from Printful, the quality should remain the same unless they change the product at some point. Like the skater dresses changed from being a polyester, just a stretch polyester, to now they're recycled stretch polyester. And so the fabric texture changed a little bit, and also the sizing changed a little bit. So you do have to watch for that when you're ordering from a company. You want to keep an eye out for your emails so you know when products are changed or different. And pay attention when you get an email, and if it's about journals and you sell journals, go and check it out and see what the change is. So with Printful, because they're printing all their stuff in-house, they have many printing facilities across the world, but all of them have the same quality control and the same original materials, like the source materials are all the same, and the printing process is all the same. And so you're going to get the same quality from all the different printers from Printful, whereas Printify, you could get potentially different quality at different times based on where they're getting the product from. So it's something to just keep in mind with Printify. The cool thing about Printify, though, is it's an easier entry. There's less barrier to entry with Printify because you can create a pop-up shop with Printify, and you don't have to have your own e-commerce site. So if you're not that far into print on demand yet, you can start with Printify and get your feet wet, and then figure out how to set up an e-commerce site. If we want blank pages, so I think let's go check, because I did want to look at the pricing on these also. So let me go to Printify. And let me share my screen. Well, let me log in first real quick. Oh, no. How did I log in? Hang on. Let me figure out what my login is. Okay. Oh, good. I used Google to log in. That always makes it easier. Yes, I know. Okay, thank you. I think it's logging in. Okay, now we can share my screen, and we will go look at what the offerings are as far as pages, and I also wanted to look at the pricing. So let's go to products. Oh, catalog. I'm not as familiar with their site as I am with Printful, because I switched pretty much everything over to Printful except for products that Printful doesn't carry. We're looking for home and living, journals and notebooks. Okay, so the spiral notebook here is $8.29 our cost, And then it has only ruled pages, so only lines. I think that's what I had said in Marisol's video. But I think the hardbound journal, hardcover journal matte, yeah, those are $9.63. So not too bad of a price increase actually on that. And if you notice, they also have this one for $14.51. So it'd be interesting to know if that's what the difference is by that, because this one, I really think that's what we've got right now, because it is that beautiful soft matte. And this one says matte. Soft cover, you can do a soft cover journal. This looks like a different size, spiral bound. And then I love this size here also, the wide size. That's kind of cool too. And then there's a rule lined journal. There's a board book. That's fun. That's really fun. I wonder if you can put different pages in there. Let's look at that in a second. Okay, so I think this is the one we've got right now. And it does have 150 lined pages. So that would be a difference, yes. And they have the perforated with the lines. And you can see how eventually it will lay flat once you break the binding. So it just won't fold back in half or whatever. Well, you could, but you'd really break your book probably at that point. And then, I was going to look at these board books because that piqued my curiosity. 1/16 inch thick white chipboard pages for durability. Matte lamination reduces glare and resists fingerprints. Rounded corners, safe for children, child-friendly design. 20 pages. Choose a provider to start designing. What I want to know is, can I design all the pages in the book if you do a board book? Oh yeah, here we go. Product details. Key features. Easily add your own photos, text, and custom layout through the 20 pages. Oh, you guys. I mean, I know this is like a kid's book, but how fun is that? You can make a board book and design all the pages inside. How fun is that? Beth says, you need to buy one of each, Blume. Yes, I know. I plan to. There's thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe even 1 million products out there from print on demand. But I do really want to try to order as much as possible. So I need to get on it and start ordering some stuff. I love that I was able to order these items from an artist that's already making them and support their business and also get the product to share with you guys. But this is fantastic. You can design all the pages, which is not usual for print on demand. Usually you can only do the cover. That's another thing. Printful has, let me go to Printful. I think those journals now have an option to customize the first few pages and the last few pages in a journal. Hardcover journal matte. Soft cover journal. Oh, soft cover journal with inside prints. What? Gotta look at that too. Okay, so the hardcover journal. It doesn't have the perforation, so that's interesting. You have to rip it out from the binding. I do really like the perforation on the other ones, although that looks like it might have perforation on that one. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That one looks like it's ripping out from the binding to me, but then that one looks like it had a perforation. These are printed in Bogchito, US. I don't know where Bogchito is, or if I'm saying that right. Oh yeah, it does have tear out pages. Okay. And you can customize the front and back. I thought I saw something about being able to choose what's printed on the first few pages and the last few pages, but now I don't see that here. I just see front and back. Oh, it does have perforated pages. Okay, let's go back. I think these notepads are really cool. I was going to show you guys these, order some of these and see how they look. But that's kind of nice. All the pages would be printed in these as these little notepads. Where is that one that I saw? Oh yeah, and they have this nice one too, but this one is not an all over print. It's just you can only print something on the front, it looks like, or maybe front and back. Let's see what it says. But it has the elastic closure, which is kind of nice, and an expandable inner pocket. It doesn't say. It looks like they just only have a logo printed on the front. So I think you could just do only like a center front print on these. But they do have the nice little like ribbon that keeps your place, and it has the elastic cover and the little inside pocket. So these are a little bit fancier. You can see the little video. Beth says, oh my gosh, I love that. And it looks like the cover wraps around on the board book. Yeah, the cover did wrap around on the board book if you wanted to. Or you could make probably a different cover than back too. Yes, and the notepads look super fun. Oh, the notepads would look cool in my stacks. Oh, thanks, Jill. That's so sweet. I like the Printful, a lot of their products, they give you a little video so you can see what it really is like. So that's nice. So what was I looking for here? Oh, softcover journal with inside prints. That's what I wanted to look at. 100 or 200 pages. And they're not really showing you much of an example here. Perforated pages includes, oh, okay, this is the one that includes, okay, so just 6 inside pages are customizable. And I think it's the first 3 and the last 3 or something like that. But they might let you spread them out in between. I can't recall. I'll have to try that one for you guys and see what it's like. But yeah, so that was the one I remember seeing that you could print. But I got all excited that it said with inside prints, because imagine if we could print a soft cover, little booklet that way. That would be really cool. So yeah, it doesn't look like. And then they have they have a spiral notebook that's tall, vertical, and then they have this smaller spiral bound journal. They also have a rule lined spiral notebook, and then they have this little cute desk calendar where the pages flip over the top. So you could turn that into a journal, or you could make it a calendar, or whatever you wanted to make it. Super cute. And let me go back to Printify. Beth says, yeah, the stacks on the notepads, 100%. Thanks. Oh, they have Post-its at Printify. That's cute with a design on them. I used to love Post-its, but I don't really use them anymore now that I kind of try to keep all my notes either in my journal or on a digital app on Notion. I'm like, what is it that I use? Notion. I bet this is the same soft cover journal with inside prints. Yeah, 6 customizable pages. Oh, something I was looking at Printful, taking you guys on a big journey here. I wanted to see what the paper options were. I think the paper options at Printful are, oh no, they're just lined also. So it must have only been Redbubble that I've gotten the option of having blank, lined, or graph. Um, but I haven't been using Redbubble anymore because of their new system. It kind of punishes beginner artists, and I don't really, not really into that. If you don't sell enough products, um, they charge you more than the people who sell a lot, which I get that. I mean, that is how all most print on demands work. If you are a big bulk seller, like you sell a lot of product, if you're selling hundreds of t-shirts a week or whatever, then they are going to start to give you discounts the more and more you sell. I get that, but what they did is they took their base pricing, and then they moved it way up on the sellers that were that don't have high sales. And so that kind of creates this big barrier for entry for them to ever make it as a print on demand seller, in my opinion, because now they have to pay more than ever um, for for each individual product. So it makes it harder and harder to have a profit margin and harder to sell more and more. I just feel like, yeah. So I haven't been using them anymore. But I think that must have been the one that had the ruled graph or blank pages. Hardcover photo book. I wonder if you can design the pages in here too. Oh, yeah. So this booklet also, you can print the entire thing, the outside and all the pages inside. That's pretty cool. A book. In fact, I would probably try this. Maybe we'll do this as a project. We'll take my story that I made with the storybook creator with Gemini Storybook, finish out the images, because remember I wanted to make the images my Midjourney lighthouse keepers, but in the style to match those scenes for the story. And so we could do that one night, finish out the images, and then another night set up the book, or it might be, like multiple nights. What do you guys think of that? Would that be fun to see like a project from start to finish? And you could go back and watch the storybook one to see the original, the start, and then each time we would get through more and more of it. If that sounds like something you would like to see. Oh yeah, Beth and Jill say yes. Yes, yes. Cool. Yeah, that would be fun. Oh, there's a note cube. Look at that. Those are fun. If you need if you do a lot of like quick notes, that's very cool. And then the edges are printed with what you want. There's a soft cover photo book, 8x8, vibrant full color, and you can print all the pages. So here is our here's your zine. If you want a printed zine, here it is. It's only 8x8, so it's a square, but that could be cool. You can print the cover and all the interior pages. And oh, the pricing must vary. Oh yeah, they start at $7.95, which isn't a terrible price for 20-page printed booklet. That's a really good price. It's a little soft, soft booklet, but that's pretty cool. Oh, there's a coloring book. You guys, there's a coloring book for our coloring pages that we made. How fun is this? Gosh, I haven't been in Printify in ages, like just kind of perusing. This is so fun. Beth says, these are also great for small books with art samples. I have 2 pop-up books and I show them all the time. Yes, Beth made these beautiful books. She showed them to me, or showed them on your YouTube, I think, didn't you? And she has these 2 beautiful books with her own art in them, and then she can show people her art to to show it off or to show them what she does. This is cool. It's it looks like a what do you call it? Stapled seam, stapled binding. Yeah, I think it's stapled. Yeah. Coloring book. You could put your coloring book pages in there. How fun is that? And they start at $8. It probably depends on how many pages you do and all of that kind of stuff. I love that they have these on Printify now, because in the past you'd have to go through a bookmaker, and then, which is fine because there's a lot of them now that will do one book at a time, but you have to manually order each book as it's ordered from your website. So this way, if you could do it through Printify, you'd have it connected to your site, and then it would automatically, everything would be done hands off for you, like the other print on demand products. We're just going to see what they have just in case. What else is cool? There's a soft cover notebook that's AA5, but it says notebook, so it's not printable inside. Viral bound soft cover, spiral journal, spiral notebook, hardcover journal, hardcover notebook with puffy covers. That's interesting, with a puffy cover. Are these puffy? No. I don't know what puffy means. These are such nice covers. I'm like, soft puffy covers. Oh, this one has graph paper in this one. Let's see. Choose between 3 sizes, A4, A5, and B5, and styles blank, dotted, or ruled. We found one. It's made in Drukatava. Is that how you say it? Drukatava. And you can choose from the pages. So the puffy cover. I'm curious to know what a puffy cover is like, though. I guess it looks like it kind of has like a texture to it, honestly, from that photo. Yes, they have blank or dotted. That's very cool. Beth says you can do Amazon KDP for coloring books too, right? Yes, absolutely. And that's where I would have recommended getting them from before. But I would say this might be better because Amazon KDP does take a big portion of the purchase amount. You get a very small markup. I'm not sure if they might have changed that. The last time I was looking into KDP, you didn't get to choose your markup because they wanted things to be, evenly priced on Amazon, or like similarly priced. It didn't have to be exact, but within a range. And because you couldn't choose how much your profit was, then you only got usually a little bit of profit off of each one. And the other thing is that the KDP process is pretty elaborate to set up. Once it's set up, I hear that it's pretty simple to go in and add other products, but at first it's kind of a big process. And with this, they're not going to probably, I bet their coloring books don't have a stapled binding. That's the only disappointing part for that, is that it's a stapled binding. But I mean, as a coloring book, I kind of don't think it'd be that big of a deal. I have bought coloring books with a stapled binding. It's just more often contemporary, like adult coloring books have a nicer, like the hard binded, um, glued binded binding. Um, Gosh, this board book is so cool. And the coloring book, all the things. And the fact that you can print a zine here if you wanted to print and sell a zine of your work. Very, very cool. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh. Um, Beth says she thinks that seems pricey for a stapled binding. I think it had a good amount of pages though, 26 pages. That's a lot of pages. Um, so I don't think $8 is bad for that at all. You'd be hard pressed to find something cheaper unless you found a Chinese print on demand. Now, there are a lot of Chinese print on demands and they do have better pricing. But if you are shipping to the US, you have to consider that because you might lose a bunch of cost right now because of the tariffs. Can I roll my eyes harder? So there is that sort of thing that you can run into with that. And then the other thing you're going to run into is if you're buying from Chinese companies and shipping to the US or other countries is delay in shipping times a lot of time. Usually, I mean, it has gotten better and better over the years with everything, speeding up. But I know that the last time I had Chinese products in my shop, I had to end up pulling them because every time I ordered a sample, it took about 3 to 4 weeks to arrive. And I just knew that if I had that for customers, that they were going to complain, especially in the day and age now where people get things same day and next day via Amazon. I mean, they do expect with artists to like have to wait a little bit longer, but to wait a whole month is something that a lot of people aren't comfortable with. They usually will want their money back mid-process, and now you've got the thing on its way to them and they want their money back and they're upset. And so you have to kind of watch for those sort of things. Beth says, I mean, I'd rather do a spiral notebook with perforated pages and call it a coloring book. Oh yeah, but the thing for the spiral notebook notebook is that you can only design the front and back. You wouldn't be able to print your coloring book pages inside. So this is allowing you to print all of the pages inside and the front and back cover, so that it's a fully printed, all your designs throughout the entire book. Whereas the journals are you're just printing the cover and back. So yeah, that would be the difference there. So yeah, $8. If you think about it, actually, I know it doesn't have the nicer binding, but if you think about it, $8 for 26 pages all printed versus $8.29 for the nicer binding, but only the front and back printed. That's kind of, depends on your it depends on your needs. If you're trying to sell a coloring book, you're going to want to go with something that you can print all the pages. And if you're just wanting to sell journals with your pretty art on the front, like these are from Cheryl, then you'll want to get those from Printify or Printful. So look at how pretty they are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you know what I love about a matte book is that you can get your fingers on it. You can touch it and feel it and love it. And it's not going to just be all fingerprinted all the time every time you go to look at them. And they have this beautiful binding and the backs. And I love that little quote she put on the back of the purple one. Dreams are whispers from the soul. Listen closely. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Thanks, guys, for exploring those with me tonight. We'll have to try some things. There's so much we can do. Good thing we have 5 days a week. Well, I had a blast. I hope you all did too. I will see you tomorrow night and love you all. Mwah.